Hello. Today I'm going to talk about this PEMF device called MiraMate MinI Magic. Okay, so I bought this device about a month ago, and I have been using it since, but because I'm having such chronic conditions, I have not seen a dramatic improvement in the pain levels. But one day, my relative, I was visiting, and my relative had a very bad attack of asthma, and I'm a medical doctor, and I'm also homeopath, and when I asked him about his symptoms, a remedy came to mind, and that's Arsenicum album. So I asked his wife to give him Arsenicum album 30C, and at the same time I attached this device onto him on the chest, in front and at the back. So he had been having asthma since he had COVID-19, and that was a few months ago. No, it was about a month plus ago, and ever since then, for the past month, he has been having asthma attacks almost every day, and he had to use the inhaler twice a day, in the morning and at night. He was avoiding using steroids because he had a bad experience with steroids before. I don't quite agree, being a medical doctor, if you're having asthma for over a month and you have to use the pump every day, you actually have to use the steroid inhaler. Anyway, he didn't want to, so there's no forcing him. And that night when I was visiting, I put the MinI Magic, one in the front and one in the back, and I set it at a low level. There are 3 levels, 1, 2 and 3. And he woke up the next morning and said to me, "My asthma's gone. I did not need to puff again in the middle of the night, and I woke up this morning, I still don't have to puff. Usually I have to puff about 3 times in a day, and sometimes even more." In fact, his wife told me that she was getting alarmed because he was puffing about 6 times in the night. And well, what can you say, because he should know better, because he's actually a medical doctor. And using the MinI Magic once that night, he woke up without asthma, and it hasn't come back since, and he hasn't had to use the pump. Okay, I'm not saying that the MinI Magic worked by itself. It produces frequencies. Yeah, it produces frequencies, and it is a magnetic PEMF. It is a magnetic. It delivers magnetic energy, but in a manner that is not continuous, and it's very, very low frequency. Anyway, what I think is that the homeopathic remedy gives a direction, and PEMF helps the lungs to actually improve their function. So but the effect is quite dramatic, in the sense that he has not had to use the pump since. He was using it every day for 3 to 4 times a day for the past 3 to 4 weeks. And to me, that is actually quite a dramatic display of what the MinI Magic can do. And I was blown away with that. Anyway, after that, my grandson, he had a bad case of, I think it was a kind of a virus, upper respiratory tract virus, and he tends to get asthmatic when he gets the virus. So I used it for 2 to 3 nights on him, and it worked so well that he didn't need to use the nebulizer. And of course, I also treat using homeopathy, and where necessary, we do give antibiotics. I do give antibiotics, especially when the granulocytes show that it is a bacterial infection. So I think that with my using MinI Magic on my that relative of mine, and also on my grandson, I think we avoided 2 visits to the A&E department with bad asthma attacks. So that's my experience with MiraMate MinI Magic. And actually, I also use the Hiwi, and I used the Hiwi on my grandson and on my relative as well that day, but the asthma attack came anyway, and maybe there was some aggravation caused by using the Hiwi. I think that when we use something and we try to heal a person with the frequency device like Hiwi, sometimes we get an aggravation before it can actually go down. But in this case, an aggravation, which is asthma, can be quite serious. So by using a homeopathic remedy which directs the treatment, especially if it fits the case, and by using the MiraMate, we overcame the whole situation. Okay, I'm a medical doctor, I'm a homeopath, and I also work with frequencies. And I think that using these gadgets, these frequency gadgets, you actually have to have some degree of guidance and learn how to use it and learn what frequencies works well with you.